Well, sometimes understanding some of the aspects of physics that define the structure, origin, and the fate of our own universe, is too complicated for a non-technical person to understand. When I say technical, I refer to a scientist or to a physician even. And I feel like this book accomplishes that, like making that a non-technical person can understand complicated topics such as relativity theory, quantum mechanics, some concepts such as the expansion of the universe. And it's crazy to think about that some of the theories that may have taken some of the most intelligent individuals years to develop, Stephen Hawking makes it so easy for us, for the reader, to understand all of those concepts. In the first few chapters, Stephen gives a brief introduction to our actual picture of the universe and how it has developed from the Aristotle spherical Earth theory to the recent heliocentric vision that we have of the Earth from Ptolemy. And what he also does is almost everything we see around us. And following that, Stephen tries to explain the concept of an expanding universe with a principle such as the Doppler effect, and how the radiation and the microwaves tend to change as they move further from the universe, further from the Earth, and that is how he explains that the universe is expanding. And he also uses some of the observations of microwaves carried out by Penzias and Wilson. After he introduces the principle mentioned earlier of quantum mechanics and the uncertainty principle, which define some of the finite particles that we almost cannot see, and he describes them according to their spin, which is how they look after you spin those particles. And that classification also is he mentioned that it has been tried to unify all those spin particles into one particle that is modified according to the state of the particle. However, what I found most interesting about this book is the concept of black holes, which is something that he and Roger Penrose develop. So that's the reason why he knows that topic by like the palm of his hand, because he has devoted almost all of his life into the development of black holes. And in this chapter he talks about how, the composition of stars, what fuels them, and how they were made out in the early universe, as well as describing one of the fundamental characteristics of black holes, which is that not even light can escape a black hole. So if everything moves around the light cone, and not even light can escape a black hole, then nothing can escape a black hole. With the objective of trying to explain the early configurations of the universe, he resorts to some principles such as the anthropic principle, which is more of a philosophical one than scientifical. And almost in the end of the book, he talks about wormholes and the possibility of a time travel, which was very interesting because he makes some comparisons with famous films, so it's easy to understand what he's trying to talk about. In the end, Stephen talks about the actual effort of trying to unify both general relativity and quantum mechanics, and he describes some of the aspects a general unified theory must have. In my opinion, this book is a must-read for everyone wanting to understand more about ourselves and our surroundings. And even if you're not into technical books, I would even recommend it for you, because Stephen explains everything in a non-complicated manner, and I feel like he tries to share his passion of all his life researching about these topics to every reader that attempts to read this book. Well, I hope this video was useful. Let me know any ideas that you have or any books that you would recommend to me so that I can read them.